Hi everybody, this is Cheryl, and this is the next episode of Prepping for Beginners. In this episode, we're going to talk about safety. Now, if you recall, we said water, food, medical, and safety. So this is the fourth part of this. Now, when you talk about safety, the first thing that comes to mind is firearms. You know, the safety and well-being of your family, your group, your community, whatever. But there's other areas of safety that you need to take into consideration too. Your location, and keeping your location safe. Keeping your food safe, keeping your water safe. Not just from other people, but also from contaminants and from just general things like bugs and rodents and things like that. So there's more to, it's a little more in depth. There's also medical that you need to think about, the safety issues with medical. Excuse me. But we're going to look at just the aspect of keeping your family or your group or whatever you want to call it, safe from others and the elements. Okay? So the first thing you want to look at is firearms. Now, firearms is an absolute must. And some of you non-gun people out there are going to say, oh, no guns. No. Guns are a must. Especially in a worst case scenario, SHTF. No doubt about it. I'm just putting it out there. Furthermore, it's your right, and in the sense of defending yourself. You have the right to defend yourself. And in a worst case scenario, you probably will have to defend yourself. So firearms is an absolute must. Okay, so when we talk about firearms, you first want to seek proper training. No matter what kind of firearm you have, what kind of background you have, no matter what, you need to be properly trained. You should not even go near a gun until you're properly trained. Okay? You need to research firearms. You need to research firearms because you need to find what is best suited for you. What is something that you can handle? What you may be able to handle may not be one that, say, your son or daughter would be able to handle, or your spouse, So research firearms and find what you're happy with, what you're comfortable with, what best suits you. And own firearms. It's important. It's very important. And defending yourself is very important. Now, another aspect of safety is escape and evasion. There are channels out there that do escape and evasion techniques. I know the Angry Canuck done some really great videos on escape and evasion that was very helpful. He also done some counter-tracking videos that was very helpful, which is in a sense a type of escape and evasion type thing. Learning escape and evasion techniques is an important thing. And it's not just SHTF. There's everyday life. I had an incident happen to me. It's been a few years back, but I was walking to work, and I have to walk past the cemetery to get to where I worked at. And there was a man that he was on the opposite side of the cemetery from where I was, but he was literally running across the cemetery to get to me, and the whole time he was yelling. Now, what saved me from whatever he had planned was there was a city truck, city worker truck, had pulled up. They saw the situation, and they literally stopped the man at the gate. They blocked the gate so he could not get through. But had that truck not been there, I would have had to do what I needed to do to, for escape and evasion, to get away from him. Yeah, I was doing that, but fortunately that truck came to my aid. That was an everyday life situation. That was not a situation where the worst case scenario. It happens all the time. So learning escape and evasion is important. It's very important. And you need to be able to not only get away from the attacker or escape from, but you also need to recognize it. And recognizing when something is happening is just as important as escaping or evading them. Okay, so you need to learn those. Excuse me. Another aspect of safety is being able to defend yourself, whether you're armed or unarmed. Okay, being able to defend yourself armed is fairly straightforward. But what about if you're not armed? Can you defend yourself against someone with knives or canes, walking sticks, hands, feet, a rock? Do you know how to defend yourself? Well, I can tell you that Corsair Trainers, Steve, has some very excellent training videos on self-defense. And one of the people that he does these techniques with actually walks with a cane. And that his videos have actually helped us. Now, as you well know, Brandon has CP. Brandon has been able to pick up a few techniques in defending himself using a walking stick. I sometimes use a cane or a walking stick. And, watching Corsair Trainers, I've been able to pick up techniques as well that both Brandon and I could defend ourselves with a walking stick or a cane if we needed to. And I'm not just talking about pumping somebody over the head. No, there's techniques to it. There's ways of avoiding being attacked without ever touching the person. There's ways of protecting yourself, and you don't have to hit them. You don't have to knock them down. Now, if you have to, you have to. But, watch his videos and you'll see what I mean. There are ways around it. There's things you can do that will help you defend yourself. Now, the last part that I want to talk about in the safety is the mental aspect of it. Anytime that you are in a situation where you have to defend yourself, there's going to be a mental thing that goes on. And when you're going through the training of learning firearms and self-defense and escape and evasion, you're going to find out that, you may have to shoot somebody. You may have to hit somebody or hurt somebody. You may hit somebody with a cane hard enough that it could kill them. Are you going to be able to deal with that? You have to have a mental mindset of being able to defend yourself and still be able to maintain a mental stability, of being able to cope with it. And part of that is training too. You've got to bring yourself to the point to where you understand that it is a human right to defend yourself. But if you are not mentally prepared for that, then are you going to be able to deal with it? and you need to train your mind to be able to deal with that. So those are some things that you should look at when you're talking about safety. Firearms, escape and evasion, defending yourself, and the mental aspect of it. So think about those things, learn techniques, watch videos and learn techniques. Take some self-defense classes if you need to. Go to the firing range and learn how to shoot properly and defensively. Those kinds of things will help your mental mindset as well as, being able to actually defend yourself. So think about those things, and you all have a nice day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.